G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is the 9mm pistol, or if you're familiar with this weapon in real life, the Browning High Power. Now, this weapon is in Fallout New Vegas. In fact, it's one of the first weapons you receive. Obviously, the unique one is Maria, carried by Benny, the one that shoots you at the start of the game. So yeah, this weapon is a whole lot more significant in Fallout New Vegas than it is in 4. But anyways, it comes to you in Fallout 4 in the form of a highly customizable standalone pistol, and it's a mod, obviously. Also, you can look straight down the barrel. Don't do that with actual firearms. That's really bad. They don't like you doing that. Anyways, ready for the receivers now, and we'll go for a advanced receiver, or yep, we'll go for an advanced receiver. There is a 10mm receiver there, but it looks like that it does exactly the same as the advanced receiver there. So if you're running short on the standalone 9mm pistol rounds this mod does add into the game, then you can easily switch it over to a 10mm receiver and not sacrifice any damage. That's some good stuff. Now for the sights, we've got standards there. We can put glow sights on, which I'll just swing the gun around for a second so you can see those. Yeah, pretty neat. You can also have some reflex sights with a nice tactical rail attachment on there, so that's pretty cool. We'll go for a circle reflex sight there. That appears to be one of the modern firearms things. No, it doesn't, but it looks a whole lot more modern than whatever this is. This appears to be just some sort of vanilla concoction, just upscaled a little bit. Anyways, you can also put a scope on it, but yeah, we'll move on from that. We'll go for a suppressor here. I don't really need to explain it. If you've been watching my channel, you already know what those bad boys can do for your weapon. So you can have a standard grip, comfort grip. You can also have a stock with a holster on it, or just a holster. No, not a holster on it. That's where you put your weapon in. Yeah, we'll go for a comfort grip. There will be time where we put a scope, a stock and a scope on this, but now is not that time. And for the magazine, we'll chuck in a large quick eject for the best ammo capacity and good reload speed along with that. Now this is a little bit interesting. You can actually change the animations. Right now we've got the one-handed animations designed by Hitman 47101, and then you can have two-handed animations by Haru. I don't know. But yes, you can choose between two different animations, which is pretty awesome, to be honest. Now, you can go for some painting on this thing. Right now, I've got the standard. If you want to make this thing jet black, which we do because we're playing as a goth Nora, then yes, we'll make that a military paint. But you can also have a little bit of engraving on it, but that honestly looks like crap, so no thank you. There's also some nickel there, so if you want a little bit more variance in your colors, then I suppose there they go. And yes, legendary effects are there if you need it. At 169 damage, don't think we will. Okay, we'll grab one with a scope and a stock, and I'll see you in Gunner's Plaza. Righto, so we're in the plaza now, and this is our Browning high power 9mm pistol in first person. As you can tell, we've got some first person animations of the one-handed variety, just like the weapon thing said, and there's the sprinting animation, so it's not a copy from the Battlefield 1 animations. It's something new, which is nice. Looking down sights there, I think this is actually one of the better reflex sights in the mods I've used. It's actually really sharp looking. I'm not sure if that's just me or the mod itself, but anyways, that's what it look like in third person. Looks a little bit crazy tactical, and we're using vanilla animations by the looks, but you know what, it looks fine, so yeah. Moving over to the scoped one, as you can tell, the stock is clipping. That's going right through Winter's boobie there, but that's fine. The scope on it actually has like a 2x zoom in, which is not a lot, but it's a scope, so you know what, I don't really mind. I guess it's there just for getting everything out of the way, so you got a clearer sight picture of where you want to shoot, or just because they can. And when modders describe something because they can, like I've added this in because I can, then who am I to argue against that? Okay, let's get to stealth killing these grunts here. So we'll just wait for these turrets to calm down before we start moving up on the rest of them. In fact, what we'll do is try to get them all lined up like that. There we go. Okay, those turrets will stop irritating me now. And there you go, you get a quick glimpse of the reload animation. We'll definitely show that off a little bit more as I go through more of these dudes. This one's actually run out of this room. That's bold. Pretty cool reload animations. I really do like new reload animations. Okay, we'll drop in, see what's more to kill. There we go, not getting the sneak attack crits anymore. In danger, hitting them for less than 100 because of very hard difficulty. Unless we're up close to them, that certainly helps a little bit. We'll get those headshots for even better damage. Ah yes, good old pistol damage up close and personal. So the damage seems to be holding up, but obviously not at range, so that's pretty good. We'll move over to our scoped one with a stock on it. Hopefully the recoil, the massive recoil of this gun, can be better controlled with the stock, and it looks like it can. And there you go, this is the two-handed animations now with a different animation set, because I feel like having one with a stock holding that one-handed is kind of, you know, kind of nonsensical. So it looks like we get decent hip fire out of this thing. So not even using the scope, this thing is pretty great. I think the stock is actually a really good upgrade, simply because your sight isn't thrown around at all. You can pretty much lay down fire as easy as this. Okay, we'll scope in for this gunner because she's a little bit further away. Righto, so this run has largely been sneak attack criticals, and obviously that's a thing that happens when you're using a suppressed pistol, but that's fine. Once we get into being detected by some of these gunners, we can see this thing can still hold its own, especially when you're nailing constant headshots like that. Thanks to the stock, I'm able to not even worry about the recoil. In fact, I think this thing's hip fire is extremely good even on the move, which is some good stuff. Yeah, decent ammo capacity with this too, and a nippy reload, which always helps with damage output, especially when your enemies require a reload to kill. And it's mainly not the enemies in here, because if I was actually on target, I could probably kill each and every one of these without having to wait for a reload in the middle, but that's fine. See, even with my shortcomings in my skill, the Browning high power 9mm pistol is still able to get me out of these situations where I'm constantly being shot at. But as you can tell, at range this thing really does suffer. So what you want to do is get into a nice medium position at most, medium range position on your enemies at most, and then attack from there, because if you go further out than that, unless you're hitting those good sneak attack criticals with those damage multipliers, you're going to be doing fuck all. So yeah, in terms of damage, this thing gets a pass. It's a 9mm pistol. I don't expect it to do the best damage in the world, but for what it is, it's actually doing quite well, mixed with and augmented with all of the stealth boosting perks. Okay, we'll move on. Righto, so here we are outside of Dunwich Borers. So this has a little bit more of an extended range type engagement compared to old Gunner's Plaza, so we'll see how this thing goes, but we're fighting lower level dudes, so we should be doing fine. We'll also use a little bit of VAT's crit spammery just to see how well we can go. Hopefully we won't get detected, so it can keep the sneak attack crit train rolling, and looks like we can't actually one-shot Raider veterans from this range, which, yep, according to VATS I expected that, so that's fine. What we can do, however, is just hit them in real time once they come around the corner. I like how their mining helmets give them away. It's actually kind of a nice touch how the raiders at Dunwich Borers would be equipped with mining helmets, which they would use in low light situations. It's kind of nice. Okay, we are in caution at this point. That one's got a big old beefy assault rifle. That's okay. We can hit her once again with a sneak attack crit. Ooh, what gun is that? That looks like some sort of Junkland firearm. What an interesting looking one. Okay, let's get some gun fu action happening here. So target number 1, number 2, wait, that'll be number 2, that'll be number 3, and then old mate Raider veteran, you're gonna get a lot of crits. We'll throw a crit into that turret there just to get a kill on the board. That refills our crit bar there. That's good. There we go. Now we can just get constant crits to kill this Rain wannabe. There can only be one Rain. You've overdone the face paint. Unfortunately, we didn't get another crit with that kill there, so bad RNG, but that's fine. We can take out that turret there, and through concentrated fire we can pick up the slack on the early inaccuracy of this weapon. There's a couple of factors that do make your weapons inaccurate over range, and that just depends on its actual range stat and its accuracy stat. So this thing's accuracy stat, being a pistol, is fine. It's just the range that holds it back. So this is where concentrated fire comes in to really help us bolster some range out of this, especially when used in VAT. Okay, I've aggroed a turret there, so oh, I can't even see him. Stop shaking my screen around. Okay, we're detected now, so we'll go in all guns blazing style. We'll bring out our stocked one, because why not? I didn't use a stock one because giving a weapon a scope and using it in VATS does, you know, conjure some VATS action point penalties, so it's actually more efficient to go with a reflex sight, even though the scope will actually make you a little bit more accurate in VATS at range. But as you can tell, we worked through them very easily. We barely took any points of damage at all, so we'll move inside in this terrible door texture. Oh wait, it popped in. It's all good. Looks much better from back here though. Righto, let's clear out Ghoul Palace here, and we'll see how this thing goes. Now against these raiders we should be fine. They're in positions where they just kind of sit there, and all we need to do is just pop them once, and that should be about it. Turret's obviously not going to move, so we shoot that second. See, there's some strategy when it comes to Fallout 4 shooters, just not a lot when you've got a health bar like 1400 and enemies hit you for pitifully low damage numbers because they're simply below your level. This is why I use auto-inject stim packs in Fallout New Vegas, because in that game things actually hit kind of hard, and there's none of this tanky nonsense for you or enemies, so you know, it makes for a whole more balanced and fun experience despite having a less of a good shooter mechanics approach. That was a whole lot of damage. Why did I get 82,000 damage on a sleeping target? Was that a glitch with Mr. Sandman? I shall never know, but maybe that's actually a function. You're able to instantly kill sleeping targets. So, yeah, maybe it's not confined to that little animation, which, you know what, I should do one of these days. One of these days, I'll find a sleeping person, I'll sneak up to them and do that little psychopathic little noise that happens when you cut someone's throat like that. I remember in the early days of Fallout 3, that was the only way you could kill children, so people were just waiting for kids to go to sleep, and then they'd just bloody kill them with that perk. You know, if that glitch had have gotten onto the mainstream media as it knows today, Bethesda would be in a whole lot of shit. Also, he had a stealth boy. That is one stealthy feral ghoul. Also, I saw a legendary one. He had a nocturnal laser pistol. No thank you. I think I can do without one of those things. And that was a classic episode of Todd spawning in things directly in front of you, so good work there. I think this light's supposed to be off by default. Luckily, we didn't have any sneak behind us this time, so that's fine. As you can tell, we're wiping out these ghouls very, very easily. Obviously, to get the best synergy out of your pistols, usually a suppressor and a ninja, and all those sneak attack crit increasing perks will do you well. I'm hardly even breaking a sweat here. This is like flawless victory type stuff here. I don't think I've even been hit once. So if I was playing this like a Fallout one-hit wonder playthrough, I'd be laughing right now because this is way too easy. Speaking of difficulty, bit more news about Fallout 76 has come out, and there's going to be no difficulty as in like a toggleable one, because obviously that would just create interesting situations where some players could be playing on very easy while others would be playing on very hard, and then they'd be doing different damages. But yeah, level scaling is going to be the difficulty factor there, which is interesting, and they said that it's you know, determined by whatever player's level is where they access the area first. Go watch JV 2017. He has a lot better in-depth things about Fallout New Vegas. No, Fallout 76 news. I do actually suggest watching him. That's where I get all of my updates from. It's good, it's straight to the point, and that I think this is about it for the Browning 9mm pistol. In fact, no, actually, we'll kill a monster with it. I feel like this thing has got the power to do that, so we'll quickly kill a monster and then we'll call it a video there. Look at that stock. It's even clipping through your arm there. That's great. Righto, let's put an end to this particular Wendigo looking ghoul, and I think we'll call it there. So what we'll do first off is make use out of this thing's quite honestly overpowered VATS efficiency, and we'll get some shots in on his face. Concentrated fire will pick up the slack, and then we'll pop some crits when we can. He's running towards us now, so no more crits. That wastes too much time. Almost mutated at this point. There we go. He's crossed the mutation station threshold, And now we can hopefully not get hit by him once, because we'll probably die instantly, because he hits very, very hard, this particular ghoulie dude. But looks like he's not particularly perceptive today, so we can easily just back off from him and get some cheeky headshots whilst he's standing there. Usually with ghouls, I think it's a little bit harder to hit their heads, and it's actually reflected by VATS here, even though I've got sniper. I think that's all weapons in general, but yeah, as you can tell, I'm only getting a coin flip chance to hit him in the head there, which is significantly less than his torso. Also, what the hell's happening over here? I think the Norwegian ghoul raiders are fighting some crabs. I'm going to let them deal with it. But there you have it. I think that is about it for the Browning high power 9mm pistol. I've enjoyed this weapon. If this weapon does happen to come across in the Fallout 4 New Vegas mod, I'm going to be glad when I get this weapon when I start, because I know that I'll be in safe hands. Also, oh, there's a settlement attack going on. That's what the noise was. Well, in that case, we might as well clear out some more gunners. I mean, we've already killed enough of them. We took out their stronghold, so I'm guessing their next idea is to go to the... Oh god, look at these laser turrets. Okay, VATS is not really an option, is it? That's okay. Eat all of my VATS criticals. Have them all. Ooh, I'm getting some collateral damage here. That's cool. And the mysterious stranger comes in and steals my kill, but you know what? That's fine. They're out of here. I like how all of these gunners are legendary too. I sure wish I had a radiated on my Browning higher power right now. That'd be cool. Alright, since you're nice and close, you're going to get crittered in the face. Kind of underwhelming, but I'm guessing I hit him in the helmet because he ain't dead. Oh, get out of here. There we go, that's how you get the damage. You run right up close to him, and you just keep hitting him in the head, over and over. You gotta shoot him in the head until they die. Also, I'm really glad I've set up this turret network properly. Maybe I should have wired them differently, because as soon as one goes down, the rest of them sort of die. Or maybe they blew up the generator, who knows. The gunners shot him. Janie seems okay with the situation. Janie knows it was this guy. Alright, prepare to meet your fate and suffering, legendary gunner number 71. I bet none of you dropped anything good either.
Thanks for your help, friend.
Sorry about your dad.
I didn't want you to have all the fun.
If that's what you call fun, I'm glad you're on our side.
Anyway, we appreciate the help.
And on that dead father note, I think that is time to close this video. We can resurrect him with console commands, it's fine. Nothing in Captainoob canon is broken. Thanks for watching, guys.